All right, shalom, Most High in Christ, bless, happy Sabbath to everybody tuning in. All praises to the Most High in Christ. We're back again live for you folks, okay, with another topic. All praises to the Most High in Christ. Boy, I tell you one thing. Last night this was a lot of messages. There's a lot of our people who are struggling in the mind. Some of you folks are just within the supreme battle, all right? You have to understand what time it is, what type of spirit is out upon the face of the earth. A lot of debts. The Most High is, doing a lot of things. You know it as 2020. See, we keep telling you it's biblical times. If you just look at the span of when this man declared 2020 to now, look at everything that done happened. A lot of people dead, celebrities, a lot of people plagued in the mind, a lot of murders, all kind of stuff is happening on the earth, and you still have not realized that we're still in biblical times. Something's wrong with you, all right? You need to understand that, and we're calling all of our people. When I say our people, we're talking about you so-called blacks, you so-called Hispanics whose fathers are of Negroid and of Indian descent, the children of the slaves scattered across the four corners of the earth. And you listen, man, you brothers, man, you don't have to argue with these, I call them nutsoids. You don't have to argue with people. The evidence, what the Most High has done, we've been in this long enough now to see what the Most High is doing. Every word that people are speaking against this truth, the Most High is pouring it back out upon the earth. And it's just making what we're saying with more gravity. It's consistently happening. Now the Most High been tearing people up with storms, sending dust clouds, little particles. You think people just dying of COVID? No. People getting hit from all kind of things. It was an outbreak of SARS again. People don't even know it. Just little pieces of things that are happening in pockets. You just in your little world, your little bubble, or whatever you thinking. Understand that there's something coming to the earth, and you have to prepare yourself. And how do you do that? You prepare your spirit. That's why you think you're so bothered, especially you folks that are plagued in the mind. Why do you think you're so agitated? You better start sending up prayers to the Most High, man, and stop playing games. You can't check out. If you think you can check out, only thing you're doing is speeding yourself closer to judgment. Matter of fact, give me Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 17. Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 17. We're going to slow it down just a little because they say we go so fast. And I thought we were going slow.
I thought we were too.
That means you folks got to learn how to turn to the Bibles faster. Because a lot of y'all working off of those little computerized junks too, and they failing you too. We seen what happened. Some of y'all seen what happened when when somebody tried to use technology and think it was faster than the Bible. And it failed miserably. Some of y'all with y'all little iPads and iPhones and stuff like that.
It might freeze up on you. Then you
Let an EMP hit. Battery go dead. My battery dying. Can I plug in? No. Read the regular. Just start reading the Bible. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17 and verse 1.
The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17 and verse 1.
Come on.
For great are thy judgments.
Pay attention to this, because when you read Wisdom of Solomon 17, it's going into what the Most High did to the ancient Egyptians, okay, during the plagues. But why is that so important? Because for you new folks, this place that you're living in is also spiritually known as Egypt. You look on the back of your money, we tell you to go look in D.C., but not only that, look at the customs. Look at all the idols. You don't realize the same idols that they have here is the same idols that they was doing in Egypt. You think a bird the eagle is something new? Sad. You think worshiping Satan is something new? It's not. They just calling these things by different terminologies. That's it. All right? So you have to understand all the forces, what you might look at and say, this is the forces of darkness. That's always attacking. There's a kingdom that has to come to the earth. All right? When that kingdom comes to the earth, it's going to be 100. We read it last night. It said the earth going to be stable. For greater thy judgments. Come on.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 1. For great are thy judgments and cannot be expressed.
See? And cannot be expressed. Why is it so? What is it so that's great about the Most High's judgments that cannot be expressed? Because somebody might think that in their little mind that they can go up there and communicate to the Most High. This is a fairy tale. Listen, you're living in a world where you have every breakdown known to man about the Bible, about God. Everybody's got their own mentality about this. There's going to come an end where you will not have your own ideology or mentality about the Most High. This is going to come to an end. We was talking about it earlier. It's going to come an end where how's it going to be that you're talking about, let me send up prayers, and the Lord is standing right next to you? You have your own ideologies. People have their own ideologies. But you cannot express, when it comes down to the Most High, forget about it. No one even knows the Most High. It's only revealed through Christ. The end. And we know how much people hate Christ. He's the person hated the most is Christ. They hate him. His message, what he stood for, you see it throughout the world. If you start to go, hey, the Lord said we need to keep commandments. What happens? No, that's not what he's saying. When you go right directly to John 14, out of his own mouth, he's saying keep commandments. They'll dismiss it. Why? Why does everybody have their own ideology? That's what you should be thinking in your mind. Ultimately, judgment is coming to the earth. You can't even express it. The Egyptians thought they were secure, and all of a sudden, mighty judgment rained on them. Read on.
Therefore, unnurtured souls.
What do they call them?
Unnurtured souls.
Somebody might not understand what that word is. Let's pull up Google, please. Give me unnurtured for a definition. Somebody might not know. We can't express the judgments. Therefore, unnurtured souls. Yeah. Yeah, it should be. But we did a class last night. Things that you think is just self-explanatory, it's not. We got people that we're plagued in the mind. We have a disease. We have a sickness. It's not working with certain people. They're not getting it. So we have to do our due diligence, because once we do what we're supposed to do, and we did it at the best we can, we tried to help as much as we could, then we can go and rest our heads, because the Lord pull you up and say, well, what have you done? Well, Lord, I went all out, tried to help. Come on. Pull it up on the screen. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, unnurtured. What it says? That has not been nurtured? Click it. Get anything up over there. Just go to show you. Zoom in. Zoom in, not nurtured. Okay. Perfect. People need medicine. People need medicine. You're not cared for as your souls. Let's read it from the Bible. This is why we keep telling folks, your Google scholarship has failed you, man. You're supposed to look at the Bible and understand. Only thing, if I'm not nurtured, I'm not understanding how I supposed to act in my spirit toward the Most High. How he says to act. Read again.
The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17 and verse 1. For great are thy judgments, and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred.
Come on.
For when the unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation.
So they thought to oppress the holy nation. Just like now. In the ancient times, they like, oh, no, we got to oppress them. They going to grow mightier. They'll be self-sufficient. We ain't going to have all the people that can dance. We ain't going to have the people who, salt of the earth. We don't have them. We don't have. Imagine this. Last night, people was, class, this time is the Sabbath and everything. What people was doing is, they was in a toggle in their mind. LeBron James, class. LeBron James, class. You failed. But imagine, watch this. Imagine if LeBron James, all the best athletes in the world, you think, be like, nah, we ain't playing on the Sabbath. They only have to do to understand we're going to conform because that's the best of the best. Nobody ain't going to want to go see White Man Can't Jump. Might want to see him shoot basketballs and stuff. Might want to see people want to see the athletes that's doing the most. But imagine if he went, I'm going to take it a step further. Imagine if they went, you know what? Build these walls up real high. And only way we going to play, y'all can't watch it, but only the holy people can watch it. We're going to be behind walls. What's going to happen?
We know what's going to happen. Somebody got to die.
Yeah, bro.
You mess with this man's money.
I mean, think about it. If they just have control over the virus to say, you know what? Nobody come in the stands, y'all play. You know how much money is being lost and everything? If they have that much power to say, you know what, we going to conform the game, why not conform around the Sabbath?
That's right.
They won't do it. They're unnurtured souls. They're seeking, that it's oppression. That's why anytime they speak up, shut up and dribble.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the mind state to come together as with the powers that we do have underneath the Most High. Because the minute that happens, it's slated in the Bible to happen. The minute that happens, it's game time. It's over with now. The real game going to begin. Read on.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17 and verse 2. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and fettered with bonds of a long night, there exiled from the eternal province. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down silent about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances.
So, 2 questions. First of all, this happened before the laws was given. Albeit they were in sin. How's that possible? Dang, I'm going to say it again for some people who's really holy. The laws was given after the plagues, after we left. Why is it saying that they were in the midst of sin? All right, Uriah, you on. I'm just asking the question. person you can pass it to is Hosea. He was looking like, please don't call me. Cry aloud, spare not. I said he could pass it to you. Trying to figure out. It said they were in the midst of sin. The laws came afterwards. See these people, these apologetics, and all the people y'all talk to in the Christianity, the little people who think they know the Bible and stuff. They're going to try to hit you with stuff to say that, oh, the laws are done away with. But this goes to show you something about how the nations could be in sin, even though this is before the laws was instituted. You have to understand something. You will be in sin if you already understand the Most High's plans for his people, and you now trying to block that. Now you going against the Most High. So what do you think that is? That's why people don't realize. But the laws was given, to Moses and them. We don't have to do them.
But we got something. We have a remedy for those things, right? Mm-hmm. Let's go to the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 44, and we can start verse 19. The
book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 44 and verse 19. Abraham was a great father of many people.
You always talk about Abraham all the time, right? A father of many people. Go ahead.
In glory was there none like unto him.
Go ahead.
Who kept the law of the Most High.
Wait a minute. Kept the what?
The law of the Most High.
I thought the laws were given only through Moses. Because isn't Abraham before Moses?
You keep following these crazy people.
Read it again.
Who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him.
Go ahead.
He established the covenant in his flesh. And when he was proved, he was found faithful.
Found faithful. So unfortunately, for some of you apologetics, you need to apologize, wake up and apologize to the Israelites for coming up with that nonsense about how there's no laws before Moses. Because it say he kept the laws of the Most High, so therefore you have to wake up and apologize.
Exodus 15 and verse 26. Let's read it. Romans 5 and verse 14.
Go ahead, bro.
The book of Romans, chapter 5 and verse 14. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned, after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come.
Yeah, and they hated Christ. Once taught in the wilderness, once taught, our people hated Christ. You got to realize, like, even in that, like, so sin is attributed to everybody because all come from Adam, right? But when you start to look at spiritually, our people, the respect level that we did not have a respect, period. And it shows today. when you look at our people, how we deal with each other or how we deal with situations, it never dealt with a care of a respect. It's quickly turn up and get ignorant. So that's a problem. But yes, okay. That's why it's time for us to really start to, like, let's say, brothers and sisters, to really start having a care. If you really want, because I always hear this. This is famous in Israel, these statements. You know, it's no real sisterhood. Oh, you know what, man? I think it's just too, it's too, too many, it's cliques. Everything is, everybody is in their own. Yes. If this person does not have to fool with you, to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with all you folks online, everybody here. You are here to learn. The end. We can only give you what the Most High gave us. You ain't getting no more, no less. So it just so happened that the Most High took us through a lot of things so we could just go in the Bible and just read the Bible and show you a lot of things. But if we can only show you 10 things, we'll be just showing you 10 things. You would just be here to learn 10 things. The end. It kills me because people don't realize this. You are working out your own salvation. Nobody can save you. The husband, the wife, or whoever, the child, or whatever it is. Whatever's in your little defunct mind, it don't make no difference. All right? What you're here to do is to work out your salvation. So in your situation in your life, we're not in that. You raise your hand if I ever just call you on a daily basis. Put it in the comment boards. If you just, the elder call me every day. Excuse me? You better walk your walk. Now, if you need help or you need something, we're there to be like, hey, what's going on? But you have a walk, you have a life, and you supposed to walk that life. Now, you come up in situations, we expect you to look at the scripts and be like, you know what? The brothers, or sis, or whoever it is, was just talking about this situation. Let me activate and go back to that, and I can solve it with how the Bible said. If you live like that, then your life will be at least be in a somewhat balanced out in your mind and your spirit. But if you just consistently looking at coming into the truth on a level of friendship or a level of some type of bond, that doesn't happen with everybody. You might only fool with like 4 or 5 people. I don't understand why we never get that principle. But yet in the world, you don't realize that still exists. I might not fool with you. Now what? But I'm still gonna bang with you though. All day. I'm passing you. Oh, it's my family. Pull over and I'm about to help. Put forth my help. Do everything. All right, man. I got you. Might see you later. Paul, do whatever you're doing. But what people do in Israel is you want me to think that your mind think like me. Everybody got their own mind. That's what make you precious. Continue to learn, study, and then you will free your mind. Your mind will be free. But your mind is not free because you living in a false ideology. You see the Egyptians just had a plague put upon them. Their minds was going crazy even within their own houses. Go to Exodus 15:26. We don't even have to. We can go, forget this. We don't need to broadcast live. We don't need to do none of that. We can just stand out on the street. We could be in the streets and just teach the words of God. But we know that you're trying to get people together to build as a family to be able to handle the pitfalls of this world right now, man. Right. And you young ones, that's why nobody's not trying to rule over your life or give you or not want to see somebody happy. That's the thing. That's the consensus in Israel too. it happens on the scale with the ladies, and it moves up to the men. It's just, remember, we have a disease. So if you don't keep yourself in the Bible, you'll be overtaken. Let's read it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 26.
Come on.
And said, if thou would diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God,
Come on.
and will do that which is right
Uh-huh.
in his sight,
Come on.
and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians.
So just like we read, there was the diseases. Of course, now you see they was plagued in the mind. We went over that last night, because what happens in Israel is a lot of suffering in the mind. It's a lot. You don't realize that you have a problem in your mind until it's too late. So you need somebody to pull you. That's where the forsaking not the assembly, bringing yourselves together, being on one accord. Because what happens if I'm going crazy? Somebody got to be like, you know what? Hey, man, we got to rally together. We got to fight for him. Try to pull his mind out of he going crazy. Not, oh, you know what? Forget that. Person's crazy. I'm leaving him alone. Ultimately, Matthew 13. You don't realize this. Verse 41.
St. Matthew,
Trying to escape.
chapter 13 and verse 41. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels.
This is Christ. He going to send forth his angels. Come on.
And they shall gather out of his kingdom
Come on.
all things that offend.
All things that offend. All the idols, people, the angels go and get it. You think they not? You think they don't have the orders? All things that offend. Come on.
And them which do iniquity.
Uh-oh. Then them that do iniquity. Iniquity is what? Sin. Come on.
And shall cast them into a furnace of fire.
Come on.
There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Come on.
Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father.
You hear that? Only after the purge happens. Only after all the things that offend is destroyed. Then the righteous is going to truly shine. How do you expect to get this righteous kingdom and to endure to the end if you can't handle small situations or small problems, just small issues? Everything things offend you on a whole nother level. Like, you just so quick to be offended. How you gonna make it? Read on.
Who have ears to hear, let him hear.
Let them hear. Come on.
Verse 44. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field,
What's the field? The world. Come on.
the which, when a man hath found, he hideth,
Uh-oh.
and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field.
So let me see here. Where Hosea? Yeah. What does he mean? He which when a man had found, he hideth, and for joy thereof, for the joy thereof, goeth and selleth all that he had. What does that mean? I like that. I like that. That's good. That's good. Matter of fact, go to Luke 18 then. Since you mentioned it. Make sacrifice. What he said, folks, online, he said make sacrifices, all right? You find out the truth, you put away and sell that old man. Get that person out of here. Everything that you thought, everything that you was doing in your old man lifestyle, you get rid of that. Then you're supposed to follow the Lord into righteousness. Unless you, I mean, some people don't. Some people have their minds is shattered. Some people in the world has went through so many things that they're drug into the ground. They don't. You got to realize what we're dealing with. We always saying the tip of the iceberg is us going to the streets, teaching who we are. That's the tip of the iceberg. Boy, when you start understanding underneath, when you start understanding how big that iceberg is and all the things that are happening, it's shocking. It's like, what? What just happened? You know, and then imagine it over and over and over again. 18:18.
The book of St. Luke, chapter 18 and verse 18. And a certain ruler asked him, saying, Good master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And Jesus said unto him, Why callest thou me good? None is good save one, that is God.
Even though we know Christ is good, the best. Come on.
Thou knowest the commandments. Do not commit adultery. Do not kill. Do not steal.
You know what's funny? If you are a social media person and you have certain autonomous triggers that put you on social media and then you OD on it, like you just can't, you see a comment and you just like, I gotta say something. You need to delete your social media page because you just see things come up. He's like 700 comments. Can a woman be in the midst of adultery? 700 comments. Everybody trying to break down adultery. And it's so simple. You have to understand the mind state of our people is destroyed. So you get the Bible, you start reading a few scriptures, and then you just go retarded. What do you mean? Why are you? I wouldn't even debate. I would laugh at that. For you to be like a woman or a man can't be in the midst of adultery is just crazy. Yep. Or a woman can't be. The scriptures call women adulteresses. All right. So it's like for you to look at that, that's crazy. Then you got other posts. A person mad. Women shouldn't dance. What? Meanwhile, you dancing in the club and stuff. I mean, you gotta listen, folks. Listen, we trying to. If you want stabilization, if you want to just be a stable person, you have to look at things with a even keel, with temperance, with your mind, understanding. People are not. They're all dealing with something. So you see a woman can't. The woman shouldn't dance. They shouldn't be doing that. We can't do all that. Somebody should have just instantaneously deleted them.
I know that's right.
Goodbye. It's crazy. Like every time I see a bad comment, now soon I post something, somebody go. I posted something. Wow, they have a picture showing Michelle Obama. She's her descendant of the slaves. Somebody, I got this. That's really a man.
Based on
Yeah, based on what? That's what my comment was. Based on what? Where you get your information from? See, when you look at the, the Book of Shadows, and oh, I get this. He's a crazy person. Leave him alone right where he belongs. He belonged right there in that social media post. With me not looking at it, turn off comments. The end. Understand what you're dealing with. All right? Everybody is not with a stable mind. So this, we're reading the Bible, but then it's up to you to apply these things. And if you go retarded, you're reading this stuff, but you expect to understand how to apply it to your life. That's the reason why people don't understand, because they're not applying the scriptures. Will never understand it. The way we started learning scriptures, when we did the feast days, we really understood, like, whoa, tabernacles. You folks went out there. You really understand now the pitfalls. It's cold. It rained. People trying to get food. Oh, man, I don't have man, anybody got a spatula? I left my spatula. As soon as somebody told me that, I said, you left it in Egypt? Flip it with your hand. It's the fire's hot. You complaining? Yeah, but you gotta look at your mind state. Come on, read on. A lot of people died in the wilderness. Rest in peace.
Oh, Lord. St. Luke chapter 18 and verse 20. Thou knowest the commandments. Do not commit adultery.
Come on.
Do not kill. Do not steal. Do not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother. And he said, all these have I kept from my youth up. Now, when Jesus heard these things, he said unto him, ye lackest thou one thing.
Woo.
Sell all that thou hast, and distribute unto the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come follow me.
So, what was he telling him? Sell all his possessions? Become a poor man? You have no understanding. In order to understand keeping the commandments, you have to understand it through the eyes and the experience and how Christ said to keep them. You can't just understand commandments and that's it. Because the nation was in captivity and going through perils even at that time. So how do we help each other? What is the Lord showing this young man? Yes. He's showing him charity. He's showing the greatest in the kingdom is a servant. Sirs, you can't just think that you're going to be in this and try to look glorious. Oh yeah, you have a shirt on. We could really make this glorious. We really wanted to. We buy all bras going to have garments on. Our garments is going to be jeweled out. On our chest, we're going to have the breastplate of righteousness. When we walk in this joint, we want lights lit up so it shimmers off of our garments. When we do our salutes, it's 21 gun salutes, son. Somebody gonna be. You can make stuff. But you have your reward.
Yep.
You have your reward. Some people love that. We have people flocked up. Man, I want to be in that number when they march in right there. I want to watch how I stomp when I march. I'm a stun on everybody. Yeah, but when you ask that man, he's the freshest in here. You're like, sir, can you give us the breakdown for John 3:16? Yeah, I can break that down. I'm in the book of Psalms. Yeah, goodbye. Sisters too. You sisters too. Don't think nobody looking at you. You put on your little makeup and everything. I'm talking about high fashion and everything. Put your little heels on. Your heels might be 3 inches taller so you can kind of get your little height up. You got your little head wraps up there and everything. All kind of things going on. Just looking majestic and holy. Don't let the wind hit them. Just looking, this is, wow, she's virtuous. Sis, was you on class last week? I ain't catch it. What about the week before last? I ain't catch it. Sis, what scripture is for a virtuous woman? Can't recall that right now. I don't know. Goodbye. Full of games. The Lord is showing you to understand and elevate. You better care about the nation, have charity, start to build your spirit up. Come on.
Verse 23. And when he heard this, he was very sorrowful.
See that?
For he was very rich.
Come on.
And when Jesus saw that he was very sorrowful, he said, how hardly shall they that have riches enter into the kingdom of God?
Look at the mind state. Look at the mind state of somebody who is looking at things on the outward, for the outward level. That should teach y'all something. Looking for outward appearance is going to fail you. There ain't nothing wrong with you, fixing yourself up or somebody looking mighty. But how you going to be mighty on the outside but trash in the inside? Trash self. You want to start talking. Luke 14. Yeah, well, you can be in a garbage bag, but just be in the most excellent spirit in that bag. Luke 14 and verse 11.
The book of St. Luke, chapter 14 and verse 11. For whosoever exalted himself.
What?
Whosoever exalted himself.
Whosoever exalted himself, read.
Shall be abased.
Shall be abased. Be at the bottom. You think we're not walking around here, oh, you know what? I know 1,000 precepts, I'm trying to show you, start learning the basics first. We can go into, you want to go into beast mode? We can show you, oh, the Lord created the great whales. What does that mean? What does it mean to tell me he created the fishes and stuff before he created man? What's it really showing us? It's in the Bible. We can go into that, but you little young crocodiles that never get that answer right now. Till you understand, you have to really be about this life, like really stop playing. That's why you can't be a person that's over righteous. You can't be a person that's looking for things on an awkward level. What are you thinking about? Settle your spirit down. Fix yourself. Fix yourself. Worry about yourself. Stop looking. That's some of the sisters. I can't take it. Some of these sisters is dissing us and so. No, you too. You crazy too. Yeah, man, I'm trying to do this. Some of you, bruh, self-willed. A bold fellow. Can't travel with you. All right? But we taking and trying to, we understanding the pitfalls of what we're coming out of. So when we start to deal with the family level, that's why this would not work outside of that, what we're trying to accomplish. You got to understand that. What we would build is, we can build 3,000 to 4,000 false people quickly. Could build that quick. Just all day. Come on in, you mighty. Yeah, officer of 10,000. Come on in, sis. You know, you looking for a husband? I'm gonna give you one of my officers. And here go the crazy sister. Oh, for real? Straight crazy. Read again.
St. Luke, chapter 14 and verse 11. For whosoever exalted himself shall be abased.
Come on.
And he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
Shall be exalted. So a meek person, a humble person, the Lord is showing you how do really what you really want to be is the person that is really grounded in reality, in understanding how you're supposed to operate. Okay? Read on.
Verse 12. Then said he also to him
Come on.
that bade him, when thou makest a dinner or a supper,
Pay attention. Come on.
call not thy friends, nor thy brethren, neither thy kinsmen, nor thy rich neighbors, lest they also bid thee again, and a recompense he made thee. But when thou makest a feast, call the poor, the maimed, the lame, the blind.
You know what this is really showing you? You have to have some type of mental clarity in dealing with this nation of people, because you can easily go to people that look like they don't have any problems, look like it. You can easily go to a person who just seem like they got it all together. We can easily do that and say, man, hey man, just don't teach over there down there, you know, in Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Sharp Pump.
Yep.
Wherever you at. Oh, don't teach it. When we was in L.A., we could have said, forget that. We ain't going to be in San Bernardino.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Rodeo Drive, catch some people who got money and teach them. But the kingdom, we just read about those riches and the mind state. It's the mind state about it. It's not, you have a lot of people who have money. That's in the truth. You'll never even know. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked on the communication level. Keep going. Who is this? Oh, wow. Okay. Read on.
Verse 13. But when thou makest a feast,
Pay attention. Come on.
call the poor, the maimed, the lame, the blind, and thou shalt be blessed.
Come on.
For they cannot recompense thee.
Come on.
And thou shalt be recompensed
Recompensed
at the resurrection of the just.
Do you realize the Lord is saying, I know they can't pay you back for what you're doing. That don't make no difference. You're not operating in that capacity. What you're doing is helping your people. So guess who's going to pay you back?
Mm.
The Lord is going to pay you back. That's what you want. He said you're going to be paid back at the resurrection of the just, man. Show you what do you have to do to be just.
Now, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, you understand.
Yeah.
He's showing you,
Mm-hmm.
listen, here's alms. Here's what you need to help somebody. Here, take this. I'm not doing it to say you give me something. That's where the problem is. A lot of Israelites, man. They come in this, you are trying to be a taker. Only thing you're supposed to be doing is learning this and applying and become a giver so that you can be in the resurrection of the just. People are not doing that. All right? They're in this because at some point you have emotional stress.
Mm.
But we expect at some level for you to be able to grow to where you become an asset. Like, okay, dang, let's send this person. Just had a conversation this week.
Mm.
It's if you don't go through nothing, how can we send you to the battle? You're not even skilled enough. You're not skilled enough to handle the battle. There's a battle going on. I mean, a war. There's a war happening behind closed doors and behind people's eyes. You don't even realize it. And it's a dangerous fight.
Mm.
And you need people to be able to do it. Single sisters, too. Don't think. See, y'all listen to the nutzoids on social media too much. You have a position, you have a place where you need to do things. You might have to go places to show other sisters, to say, okay, we're going to work and help because it's growing here. All this stuff is happening. You think you're just going to be detached, sitting down talking about, let me find the right color head wrap for the Sabbath? No. You have to get out of your own minds and your own feelings. Matter of fact, at some point in time, what y'all got to realize is we have to start taking, oh, this sister's way in her feelings too much. Please, conduct letter. Just tell her, just go about your business. Do whatever you think you're doing. We can't continue to divert on emotions. Either you're going to be a warrior princess. That's what you're supposed to be. You know, them lioness out there, they doing hunts. Nature is showing you. Them lions, yeah, them lioness, they go out there, they doing mad damage. In packs. They running in packs. Now they run up against something. They run up against another thing that's bad. Then the real boy come out. Yeah, when he come out, just things clear out. Yeah. But you seeing in nature, okay, do some damage. Y'all, the nation is out of order. And they're out of order mainly the women is bringing a lot of death because men, their chest is stuck out. They trying to show off for women. And the women is allowing it. Instead of just once that virtuous nature kick in, his little designer pack that he got, his little starter kit, go out the window. He's finished. Read it again.
The book of St. Luke, chapter 14, verse 14. And thou shalt be blessed, and for they cannot recompense thee, for thou shalt be recompensed at the resurrection of the just.
Come on.
And when one of them that sat at meat with him heard these things,
Come on.
he said unto him, Blessed is he that shall eat bread in the kingdom of God.
Read it again.
He says here, Blessed is he that shall eat the bread in the kingdom of God.
So you realize that? That statement alone, he understood. That's the blessing right there. You're alive in the kingdom. With understanding, with rulership. Come on.
Verse 16. Then said he unto him, A certain man made a great supper and bade many.
Now you're going to give him, Christ taking that escalation up for him. Come on.
And sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, Come, for all things are now ready. And they all with one consent began to make excuse. The first said unto him, I have brought a piece of ground, and I made needs to go and see it. I pray thee, have me excused. And another said, I have brought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I prove thee, have me excused. And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. So that servant came and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, Go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor, and the maimed, and the halt, and the blind. And the servant said, Lord, it is done, as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say unto you, that none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper.
You want to now watch this. Jump back up to verse 8.
Okay.
Remember what he just said. This is what take people out.
Verse 8. When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit down in the highest room.
Read it again.
Okay, let me say it again. It says, when thou art bidden to any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him.
Put in the comment boards. Read it again.
Okay. The book of St. Luke, chapter 14, verse 8. When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him.
What is this really showing us? Hosea. Sit back and learn.
I know when I first came in, it's like when some people come in, we have you think you know some, or just like you were saying, a person that doesn't know a lot of precepts. But so you run up to somebody who really has knowledge. So I think that people learn.
Yeah. If you are high-minded, if you are a person that is all about self, that's what this is showing us. The person that's doing this is all about self. Like, I'm about to be at the top. I'm gonna be at the top. Well, some people want to be seen. Some people in their minds not. What the Lord is showing us is there's a way that you need to be conducting yourself in your spirit, because a kingdom is coming to the earth, a righteous kingdom. Read the next verse.
Verse 9. And he that bade thee, and him come and say to thee, give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room.
So you have already took authority upon yourself. This is a high level lesson. You have already put yourself on a pedestal in a place where you're supposed to be humble. So now, since you've done that, then the Lord say, no, that man did this man this place. Now, when you got to be bust down, that's shameful. That's a shameful thing. Well, why don't we equate that to being in the truth? Why are you not equating that to how you operate with somebody? If I always take the lowest level of humbleness on every occasion, the Lord is going to ultimately go, no, you ain't that. You're not, your spirit is not right there. Elevate. Yeah. You can go there.
Sirach 3:18. Yeah. Yeah, actually, we actually hit through it. Well, we can start at 17, as a matter of fact, because it's one of those things where, when you try to seek your own glory, the Most High is the one that sets up order how we supposed to be, as a matter of fact.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3 and verse 17. My son, go on with thy business in meekness.
Go on with your business in meekness. What does meekness mean? Strength under control. So you're basically being in meekness, you're humbling yourself pretty much. Go ahead.
So shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved.
You're going to be beloved by him that is approved, talking about the Most High in Christ, because you're going to be approved of the Most High, because Christ took that mindset when he came to this earth. He came as a servant. He didn't come to be served. He showed us how to be servants of the Most High, to the point where he even washed the disciples' feet. He's a king that is showing how we supposed to humble ourselves even to our nation. Go ahead.
The greater thou art.
The greater thou art, go ahead.
The more humble thyself.
The more humble. So the greater you are in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you humble yourself the more, because we know we're supposed to know. But we're supposed to apply it in righteousness and in meekness. Go ahead.
and thou shalt find favor before the Lord.
And that's how you'll find favor before the Lord, because we're taking that same mindset of Christ, basically.
Mm-hmm. Let's go back.
Okay.
I wanted to show y'all this book from the House of Representatives. It's actually like a study that was done on the Negroes and also on the natives. And in this study, they're breaking down like the communists. You know, this is in the era of the Communist Party. Some of you folks are young, all right? But they were looking at if the Negroes defected, what would be the outcome? How do we keep them, you know, in this mentality of always wanting to be loyal? See, you folks don't understand. There's a lot of studies done on our people, not just physical, but more so mental studies to how to keep you thinking in a certain box. That's why you have religion. Everybody reading this book, they're going to keep you in a box until the Lord put the spirit on you to understand, hey, wait a minute, we first need to know how to conduct ourselves with each other, build up that unity, build up the harmony. Then you'll never be able to stop us because we'll be in one mind, one body. So go back and read that.
9 again.
Yep.
Okay.
You can show that book too.
St. Luke,
It's actually a pamphlet.
chapter 14 and verse 9. And he that bade thee, and him come and say to thee, give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room.
Lord's rooms. Come on.
But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room,
Come on.
that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee,
Come on.
friend,
Come on.
go up higher.
Go up higher. Come on.
Then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased,
Come on.
and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
Now you understand. So in the mentality of coming into the truth or saying that you are studying the Bible or trying to get closer to the Most High, or trying to elevate yourself, you have to always remember, humble yourself.
I got one good one too. We go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 33, because David took this type of mentality, you know, because even when he killed Goliath, he could have easily been like, you know what, Saul, you know, you just a scared, you know, you're a scared guy. You know, I'm the one that should be king, you know, even though he killed someone that they were afraid of. But David took this particular approach that I look at it for all of us, you know, that we take as the application would be the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 33, you know, to give some type of give their understanding.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 33. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom.
Go ahead.
And before honor
And before honor, go ahead.
is humility.
We can read off the top again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 33.
Go ahead.
The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom.
So the fear of the Lord, we know what the fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom. It instructs us how to, you know, like the elder saying, conduct ourselves, because we're trying to get our spirits right to be in a majestic kingdom, to be conducted the right way. Go ahead.
And before honor is humility.
Before honor, there's humility. So that's the thing. That's the mentality, even with Christ, the mentality of Christ.
Proverbs 16 and verse 19, y'all. How you gonna get to be a ruler over and put in a kingdom, and you don't know how to conduct yourself? Your spirit just all over the place. You know, especially some of you wives. Some of you wives got to realize that You know, if in all cases, you got to realize something. You have the Most High to fight for you. But when you start to really go into a defunct mind, like, oh, I'm about to battle him, you don't realize what you're showing. You're displaying that you're not really trusting in the Most High. But boy, look at that woman who's 30 and just like, you know what? Her spirit has grown up. It's nothing better. A mind well instructed is nothing better. It's instructed of the Most High. All right. Some of you single ones, you like, you know what? I want a husband. You know, I want to, you know, I want him to, you know, he's a watchman. Okay. You don't really probably understand what's going to entail with a watchman, because your wife might only get 10 minutes at the time. You know, what happens is man got to go do works. You had plans. You know, oh, it's date. No, I thought it was date night.
Things have changed.
We can't go on a date right now because somebody's in peril. Oh, you know, I thought we was gonna eat dinner as a family. I just take mines to go. It's got works to do. Thank you. You know, oh, you wanna watch a movie? Come on, let's sit down and watch a movie. Yeah, let's watch a movie. Oh, phone. Oh man, something's going down. So if you hear this, goodbye, you failed. You got to watch me. Understand that. You're supposed to be a warrior princess too. Shut up. Do what you're supposed to do. The Lord calls us simple, stupid people. The Lord does it. He looking at this like, oh, it's the top level. I'm going to give you peace in the kingdom. So we're going to push for the kingdom. Then we at harmony and we at peace. Some of you bros, though, you be operating. I'm going to hit them, don't worry. Some of you bros be operating off of wrong levels. Provoking things. How you just going to be a watchman, but you will provoke your wife? Yep. That don't make no sense. Yep. You just doing things to provoke. You want a real level of provoking? All you have to do. No, I ain't going to even say it. Proverbs 16:19. I'm not going to even say it. Somebody will pull it. See, the elder said, this is going to provoke you. Let me try it. Some of y'all wives is, never mind. 16 verse 19.
Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 19.
Come on.
Better is it to be what of an humble spirit.
Better for a humble spirit. Come on.
With the lowly.
With the lowly. Taking the low road. Taking a mind state to go, you know what? The Lord going to fight my battles. Or for a brother, you know what? I'm not going to try to be Captain Precept. I'm not going to be over righteous. I'm going to understand every situation and try to apply it with the scripts. Come on.
Then to divide the spoil with the proud.
Divide the spoil with the proud. That also go to a lot of, what's happening in Israel right now. For the Israelites, I'm talking about our people who woke up. We are starting to see the rise of something that we have never seen. Businesses is opening up. People are attached and starting to learn. People are asking questions. You have intelligence is going for it. People are learning, okay, this is the pitfalls. Let's avoid this. Let's link up together. Israelites are now linking together in businesses and all kind of stuff. That's a dangerous spot, boy. People, the Most High has opened up homes. People becoming owners and, getting themselves together. You realize what the level of time that you're in? It's just a matter of time now. Once that mind clicks and we go, oh, this is how we supposed to have been doing it and coming together. Do you realize what's going to happen? The other people who are in a defunct mind going to go, oh, no, they got the way. Look, because they only going by sight. So they just going to start falling in line because they're going by what they're seeing now. Don't you see our people are like sheep? Why you think we're compared to sheep? You take one sheep, let them go that way, all of them going. Have that lowly mind. Then the Most High institute, recompense, like it says in 2 Thessalonians. All right. Matter of fact, go there. 2 Thessalonians 1 and verse 6. You show that the other page part of that clip. You can put it up there for somebody. You can pause your screen and you can read. You can screenshot this and read it. This from that book. This is from the people that y'all love to vote, to choose to vote and stuff. The House of Representatives who holding back y'all stimulus money. Meanwhile, they still getting paychecks. Meanwhile, they playing games with folks. Trump is doing, you don't realize what's happening? This man tweets, cancel all the stimulus talks. Then everybody go crazy. Oh, man, they canceled the stimulus talks. Then the 2 days pass. Guess we'll reopen stimulus talks. Childlike behavior. Childlike behavior. Keep trusting in the system. What the Most High is doing is allowing you to see how defunct the system really is. That junk, all that is an illusion. From the COVID-19 and everything. He come up, I got COVID. But yet this man can lead a hospital somehow, magically do interviews and stuff. You don't realize what's really going on. That's because we're trapped in the system. You put it up there for them to take a snapshot? All right. Yeah.
2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6.
Come on.
Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
What's so righteous about that? Who's that, Chiz? Come on, Chiz. What's so righteous about the Most High recompense? His righteous payback. Oh, you need us to go. All you had to do is say, Google it for him. So we don't have to avenge ourselves, but because the Most High has us, and that's considered righteousness. For what? For us to do what? Job 22 and verse 29. You have to realize something. The earth is out of order. So for men, you have a certain light that you're supposed to walk in, and as an Israelite man, you're supposed to be in held at a certain regard. For you sisters, the way everything that's around your whole spirit supposed to be just 100% different. The delicate nature, the balance, everything supposed to be 100% different. You're supposed to be on a whole nother level. But the earth, what the earth has done, has put us at the base level and put themselves up high. So when you think the Lord's going to turn everything back the right side up, yeah. Read.
The book of Job, chapter 22 and verse 29. When men are cast down, then thou shalt say, there is lifting up.
When men are cast down, then you're gonna have to understand lifting up. The only way you're gonna understand that is something has to come to earth and happen. So you're seeing small pieces of what the Most High can do. The Most High can take one element and just shut things down. You've seen him just consistently bowling ball hurricanes up the Gulf right now. Just keep getting them. If he decided to, hit them with 10 hurricanes. Come on.
And he shall save the humble person.
And he shall do what?
He shall save the humble person.
So the humble person is the person that understands, I got to put myself in a position of a servant right now, because it's about helping push forward the truth. It's about building up our people. It's about getting ourselves together. It's about helping, not consistently worried about self. That's what we were talking about last night. All right. You have to, if you don't, you got to ask the Most High to be humble. There's no other way. You can't just, you've seen people, I'm humble. No, you're not. Because your actions will show. If you're really a humble person, you take correction. That's the number one attribute of somebody that's humble. Somebody that's humble, they receive correction. I'm talking about like none other. Because it's coming from a different place. You go, oh, dang, it's time to, what? I didn't know this. All praises to the Most High. That type of mind don't even look at being rebuked. It's hard to rebuke a person like that. It's just hard. You can't even rebuke them. If you go, hey, man, you know what? Listen, man, you operating out of order according to the scriptures right here. Thank you, man. All praises to the Most High. Thank you for showing me that. How could you be mad at that person? It's impossible. But if you continue to surround yourself by these crazy spirits, you be on social media. Some of y'all sisters have a social media page too. Some of y'all brothers, you never push truth on that junk. You just never push. You don't push the classes. You don't push any. The most truth you might do is put up a meme. Memeology. And some of the memes is just as retarded as I don't know what. All right? That's the closest you'll get. But that goes to show you where their mind is at. And then you see, keep telling y'all, I'm going to start snapshotting some stuff and just putting it out there. They might start putting it out on just on Sabbaths. Say, look at this person. See how this person's crazy? Look who's following them. All these people are crazy. You see it play out over and over again. Yeah, a sister be smoking, telling you happy Hanukkah, happy Tabernacles. At the same time? Wait a minute. Okay, maybe she's just confused. Then to come back, she's smoking, wearing pants, all kind of stuff. And then what you will see is another sister who supposed to know things. You supposed to know truth. Or brother, you supposed to know stuff. They'll slide right up in that junk and you'll see little hearts and likes. Oh, wow, I love that. Thank you. But to the people who really understand, oh, wow, look at these spirits right here. They all gravitating to each other. All of them crazy. Leave these folks completely alone. One thing you have to understand, be prepared to walk this by yourself, man. Just be prepared to, all right? If it comes down to it, we don't care about you definitely know we don't care about numbers. You could never be doing this in this capacity if you care about numbers, anything. It's a care for our people, but not for people who are just consistently going to cross the line. Those type of people got to do whatever y'all doing. You brothers that's over areas and you ministers and everybody else, man, when you see this kind of stuff, just go ahead on and put the orders in. This person's crazy. This person's crazy. I'll be the bad person. I'll call up. Yo, sis, how you doing? I'm doing fine, elder. How are you? They the nicest on the phone. Just nice. I mean, not gonna, brothers be all Israelite 100. You know, hey, what's going on? Shalom, sir. Everything is great. How are you, sir? Most High in Christ, bless. Look here, man. I got some things to talk about right now. You know, first question: are you on medication? Let's talk about that. That's my favorite question right there, because some, believe it or not, it happens. But you folks that are trying to learn and trying to actually build, and you might make mistakes or whatever, that's understandable. But when you're being a pretty devil or a big head demon, nah, that's not good, because what you're doing is you're showing that you have a prideful spirit, and you're showing that you have a spirit that's going to always be in doubt, the if spirit. You know, if thou be the Son of Man, if God said this, if the Lord wants me to do this, he will show me. If. When you're supposed to be the lively stones building up the spiritual house. What time is it? 6:15. The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Somebody got sidewinded.
The book of Acts.
Everybody, excuse me, the book of Acts. What's going on? Let's go.
The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
Sometimes, at some point in time, we just got to stop talking. Things have to happen. Get your spirits together. Make sure you understand that we got to follow the Most High. It's not rocket science. You become humble. You do what's right. Send up your arms. Start building the kingdom. Build the nation. We got a lot of works to do, folks. Okay? All praises to the Most High in Christ. All right? Take the low road. Stop taking the high road all the time. You folks visit the website, IsraeliteSaintsOfChrist.org. Folks online, all praises to the Most High. If you are breaking bread, you stay with us, all right? On the Uber, we're going to break bread. All praises to the Most High. We also got announcements. So you folks that's outside of this on the bench, come out of that high mind and get off the bench. Become a saint, all right? All praises to the Most High in Christ. With that, we say shalom.